It's High School Sports Live in partnership with 27 News. Is proud to present the Hershey Trojans and the visiting Spartans of Milton Hershey. This broadcast is brought to you by our premier sponsor, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. Good evening, everyone. I'm Todd McCall along with Jerome Presley, and it's Cocoa Bean time. Milton Hershey leads this all-time series 36-35-1. The last 10, Hershey has won 7 of the last 10. But wait a minute, 4 straight for Milton Hershey. Tonight it's going to come down to quarterback play. It does in high school football. Let's talk Milton Hershey. Big shoes to fill for this young man.
I'll tell you what, the big shoes that it falls on Shamar Manning to fill them. This team has been able to rely on Keontae Lucas, who is off to Central Connecticut State, for 3 straight years. Each year they knew that they can go into every season and know that he was there, and he was there to make big plays for them. Well, he is there no longer. Now it comes the responsibility to Shamar Manning, who has shown that he can start to generate some offense. Last week, very productive, 3 touchdown passes last week for 100 yards. So he's showing he can play, and he's showing that he wants to get himself going and make people remember it's about him, not Keontae Lucas. On the other side, Ryan Norino had a tough week last week, not putting up any points in a 42-0 loss to Elizabethtown. So they're going to want to generate some offense today. If not, Milton Hershey will be able to run them off this field.
Well, you look at spread offenses in high school sports all across the football, all across the mid-state, and probably the country. But we heard that the teams, both Milton Hershey and Hershey, in this Cocoa Bean, wants to establish a run from the get-go. Let's talk about the running back positions on both sides.
Well, for Milton Hershey, you have Naeem Cross, who is the next athlete in line to do their thing. One of the things with Milton Hershey is they never have a shortage of athletic running backs that can get upfield and get upfield very quickly. They're going to be counting on him to get going. We were talking about this at pregame. Milton Hershey, as the year goes on, tends to get stronger and stronger and stronger. And by the end of the season, nobody wants to play them because these athletes are running all over the place. On the other side, you have Sam Carlson, had 40 yards last week in that tough loss. He's going to need to get going. And as we said before, if they cannot get going offensively for Hershey, they are going to have a tough time stopping these athletes in Milton Hershey.
Well, will it be 5 in a row for Milton Hershey? We're coming right back here, Hershey Park Stadium. Todd McCall, Jerome Presley, Cocoa Bean coming right up after these messages.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Every day, we pride ourselves in what we do. Hard work is put into every pre-owned vehicle we put on the road. We make sure they are all safe and reliable for your peace of mind. Your real value comes from the Hoffman name and the people that stand behind it. So if you're in the market for a pre-owned vehicle, just call me, Ryan.
For all those pokers, prodders, shuckers, and sniffers, All Giant Produce is triple checked. Farm, crate, and store. We're focusing on fresh, so you don't have to guess. My Giant. Save big on all of your game day favorites. Only at Giant, a proud sponsor of High School Sports Live.
Edition of the national anthem here tonight. Jerome Presley, Hershey Park Stadium, the Cocoa Bean. Captain's coming out to the field right now. A little muggy right now tonight. This is more like what we call fall football for the Cocoa Bean. Now we've been really lucky. Now we had some rain at Harrisburg not too long ago. Weather's beautiful now. A slight beautiful breeze here at Hershey Park. But I tell you, really muggy. One of those nights where you talk about cramping, maybe.
Well, we commandeered the fan up here, so I think we're in good shape. But yes, it is a muggy game, so one of the things that's going to be very important is, and you have to look for, is cramping of your players. They have to make sure they're hydrated. Hydration begins days ago, not now. So if guys haven't been putting in those liquids, it could come back to bite them, especially in the third and fourth quarter.
Well, we'll check that on and check it on, as we progress through the game. But Hershey is set to kick. Carrington Smith back to receive, and we're going to be underway here just shortly with the Cocoa Bean. 1943, this whole thing started, Jerome, and I mean, there's rivalries in football, but this one might be one of the longest in central Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and it's fitting. You have these two schools that are very, very close to each other. You have a residential school in Milton Hershey and the local high school in Hershey, and these kids do know each other, and they've gotten together, and they get to know each other and play with each other in this game.
Smith will take the ball around the left side across the 20-yard line with a lot of green and a block ahead across the 40-yard line. Milton Hershey will have excellent field position in their first possession. We're anxious to see right away quarterback Shamir Manning, number 5, coming out. We highlighted him a bit in pregame, not to mention we've highlighted Naeem Cross. Let's see what they go with. Going inside the playbook, Jerome, Shamir, you think they'll drop him back right away in the spread offense and take a look downfield? I
mean, they definitely could after especially the game he had last week, but don't be surprised if they come out and run the ball and try to establish that line of scrimmage. Milton Hershey has some size on the offensive line, and they want to get those guys going. Really keep an eye on number 65, Xavier Oliver, who's started out the season having a really good season on the defensive side of the ball. He'll go both ways at that tackle position and on defense.
Well, this is going to be a direct nap to Cross across the 50-yard line. Boy, oh boy, he is a big physical back. He had but a nice fundamental tackle, though, out of Hershey. That is Kurt Steinig, on the tackle for Milton Hershey.
And you talk about number 24, Naeem Cross, at 6'1", 210-pound junior. And again, he's going to get those hard yards, and he's one of those athletes. Keep an eye on Carrington Smith. Carrington Smith is a guy that you want to see. They want to get the ball to him and see if they can get him explosive up the field.
Direct snap to Cross, but nowhere to go because Sam Carlson, the running back linebacker junior, 5'10", 185, busted up through that play and blew it up, Jerome.
And that's what you get when you have penetration. It stops those outside runs. So right now, Cross trying to get lateral. There's immediate penetration in his face. A loss brings Milton Hershey back after getting very close to a first down.
Well, Daquan Borney looked like he was pulling 52. He missed Sam completely. A direct snap to Cross again on 3rd and 9, and he might have enough to move the chains. It's going to be a first down for Milton Hershey.
And again, this will be a first down for Milton Hershey. What do? You have a good play on Hershey defensively, an opportunity to get upfield and do something with the ball defensively, and then all of a sudden the next play, Milton Hershey's able to get 9 yards and get the first down.
Oh, well, it's 1st and 10, 11:01 to play here at the Cocoa Bean. Milton Hershey moving the ball now. We got twin receivers to the right, 2 backs split left and right of Manning. Manning shotgun formation. To give to Cross. Cross has it across the 40-yard line. We were even fooled. And a lot of yardage crossing the 30-yard line, and that's going to move the chains again for Milton Hershey.
And again, that ball control, let your offensive line get going, and you're seeing Cross getting north-south. I like seeing him running north-south as opposed to that east-west kind of running he did on the first couple of carries. So get him up the field, get those offensive linemen hat on a hat, and get him upfield to get positive yards, and now he's starting to get going. And we talked about him at pregame.
Right.
The more he gets the ball, the more he seems to get going, and you're going to want to see them get him going today.
Well, Chase Wallace made that last tackle for Hershey Trojans. Naeem Cross bouncing out. Well, he is a big back. Looked like it's going to be a terrible, terrible loss. He managed to pick up maybe 1, give it 2 for Milton Hershey. It'll be 2nd down and maybe 8.
And again, you're seeing a heavy dose of Cross in this game right now. And again, this handoff to Cross, he almost lost that ball, which kind of threw off the momentum, threw off the timing of the run, which then caused that penetration to get in his face and make a short gain as opposed to a longer one.
Well, Braden Minnick came up to make the tackle, and he actually just, I tell you what, if you don't wrap Cross, you're not going to bring him down, are you, Jerome?
No, you definitely won't bring him down. And again, they go to the next back on the agenda.
Number 7.
Onyewu is the next back. He gets the ball, and that's the one thing that Milton Hershey can do. They can throw 3, 4, sometimes 5 different athletes at you, and that keeps guys fresh. You have to prepare for each of them. Each of them have different skill sets. You may have one that's a little faster than the other. You may have one that's a little bit more agile, and then you have your power back as well.
You give Onyewu right side. Not much there. He runs into the blue line, and a host of Hershey Trojans take him down, led by Jacob Wilson. the defensive back. He's a senior at 6'2", 158.
And Jacob Wilson and the crew comes along, and they're strong up front at the point of attack. Brings up a 4th down in inches.
I know Hershey on the defensive side's got some pretty nice linebackers on that defensive side. Some experience. Boy, the Cram line. I don't know. It was 4th and 1. Jerome, I don't know. Forward momentum, I don't think he got it.
There was absolutely no movement from that Milton Hershey offensive line. So when you have a quarterback that is on a quarterback sneak and tries to get upfield and doesn't move at all, and that's exactly what happened. He didn't move at all. So now that's a big stand. 4th down. Now Hershey gets the ball.
Well, Milton Hershey was moving the ball to be Hershey's ball. The ball we spot on the 22-yard line, 1st and 10, 8:46 here in the first quarter of the Cocoa Bean. You know, it's going to be one of those type of games. We talked about that Milton Hershey would come out. We thought we're going to establish a run. We think Hershey's going to try that with Carlson tonight.
Yes, indeed. And now Milton Hershey had a good drive. It started out with a good kick return. They get a good drive, some positive yards, and then Milton Hershey is stout. Hershey is stout defensively right before the red zone.
Ryan Norino under give to Carlson, but flags are down. And that'll be a false start on the Trojans.
And that's what you don't want. I mean, your first play, your defense make a good stand for Hershey, and all of a sudden, bam, you have a false start.
Well, it'll be 1st and 15 for Hershey. As you know, last week coming off of a tough, disappointing loss, 41-0. Both teams 1-1 coming in the game, but Hershey's got a little bit different look in their eye tonight, defensively getting that stop early on. This is their first possession. You give to Carlson right side, man, not much room.
And just a stout defensive effort up front from Milton Hershey. And again, those defensive linemen really get upfield and do their thing. And number 72, Zion Parrish, 6'1", 226-pound senior, comes up and makes the play.
Well, Xavier Oliver also came up and helped and assist in the tackle. 2nd and 15 for Hershey. They're going backwards, not forward here on their first possession. 8:02 to play. Twin receivers to Norino on the left side. On an option pitch, no room at all. What a hit. You talk about a hit. Coming up to make that his number 21 for Milton Hershey. That is at Jelani Lacoris is coming up to make a stellar hit.
And I'll tell you what, that's how you bring the wood from the cornerback position by Lacoris coming up. And again, there was good penetration. And as you can see, those outside linebackers for Milton Hershey are not staying pat. They're blitzing almost every play off the edge. So what you saw was a read of the option coming that way and forcing that ball to the outside. Number 35, Jared T. Ross, comes up and he has a hard edge. He sets that edge very well.
Norino running for his life. He's going to be stripped down. Let's go down to Archie Smith on the field. Archie, that last hit is a cornerback's dream, wasn't it? Playing preset, playing safety, playing corner. He came up to stick. Another great defensive effort there by Milton Hershey.
Got to feel good to be on the field, to watch his anticipation of the play. He's seen the option come up. He squared his shoulders and delivered the boom, guys. I'm enjoying it down here.
Archie Smith, you're looking good down there, looking like you're in playing shape. I tell you what, man, don't you ever have a hamburger or an extra steak or anything? Archie Smith Jr., and I'm not forgetting Junior. You look great tonight, Fred.
Thank you, man. You guys do too, baby.
Where's his hat, man? I'm used to the hat.
Well, there's a punting opportunity for him. You don't want to call it an opportunity, but it's a punt with a roll, an optimistic roll. Let's just call it that. It's going to go be touchdown. Look right at the 40. You couldn't plan it any better, could you?
No, and again, back to the offense of Hershey, one of the areas that will be a concern for them is being able to get wide on Milton Hershey's speed. And we saw it on two different plays where the edge was set. And that's when you have those fast corners and those linebackers flowing like that, it's going to be hard to get wide on them. So 2 plays for Milton Hershey defensively, able to set that edge like we talked about to stop Hershey from getting any offense.
Hershey will have the ball on the 40-yard line because Corrado's punt got a nice roll for Milton Hershey. 1st and 10, ball on the 40-yard line, second possession for Milton Hershey of the first quarter.
And that's
Onyewu
right up the middle. That's a straight right up the middle. I like these backs going north and south, Todd, because that offensive line is doing a good job of opening up those lanes and them getting north-south. You're getting 9-10 yards a pop when you have an opportunity to do that.
Give to Cross right side. Cross is going to be wrestled down. Coming up to make that initial hit for Hershey was Timothy Zyber. Zyber's a senior, 6'1", 200 pounds. He's in on 3 tackles already. Good size, 53.
And yeah, I mean, you're going to see it. I mean, Milton Hershey knows what they want to do. They want to establish the running game, and they want to make sure, you have to tackle, and it's going to get harder if they continue to have this success. Hershey is going to have a hard time stopping them in the fourth quarter. But they have to put points on the board.
Give the Cross. Cross trying to bounce outside. Sidesteps a few tacklers. Crossing the 40-yard line. Looked like it was nowhere to be found. And he picks up some more yards. Hey, those are 2 good shifty moves. He sidesteps the defender. I like the move because it looks like he's in the grass when he's going down, but he's shifty.
Yeah, and you see Cross. I mean, he is showing you right now he is hard to bring down. Arm tackles will not bring him down. Good blocking on the outside by some of his players. And he just gets upfield north-south. Carrington Smith knew better than to make that block and have a block in the back. Smart play on his part and just let his running back do the thing.
Onyewu left of Marshall. Trips. Cross. Sutter stepping. Onyewu carry. Man, not much there. He's not seeing a whole lot of daylight right now. Carlson and the crew come up to make the tackle. Sam Carlson, running back, also playing a defensive side. You're going to see a lot of starters going both ways for Eisenberg's team. On the other side, two good coaches tonight. On the other side, Milton Hershey is Jeff Booger. I mean, he's had a nice career here at Milton Hershey.
He has. I mean, within the past 4 years, he's gotten 2 league championships for the Milton Hershey Spartans. So they have shown that they can play. They've been in the playoffs consistently, and they're showing people that they can play.
Cross spun around, brought down by Daniel Sheenan for Hershey.
And you're seeing Hershey begin to stack the box. And Milton Hershey may have to look at putting the ball in the air. So far, they have not tested this defense in the air at all to start the game.
Tonight's broadcast is sponsored in part by OSS Health, Giant Foods, Capital Region Insurance Agency, Hoffman Ford, PLCB, and Connections Academy. Dropping back. Jumping off on a setup screen designed. Read pretty well, but it picks up some nice yardage for Milton Hershey.
Now, this is decision time. Do you go for this? It's 4th and 4 for the Spartans. Does Boger decide to go for it? It looks like he will. He's going to rely on his Spartans. He has some field position right now. So if they don't get it, then, you give Hershey the ball back, close to their 20-yard line. So it's not a bad thing and a bad idea to go for this.
Well, Manning trying the hard snap, trying to get Hershey to jump. Hershey's not moving. I thought for a moment they might jump. Nowhere for Manning. Pointing at receivers in the end zone. He's going to keep it himself. And did he get back? Did he get enough?
He may not have gotten enough. Yes, he did.
Did he get enough? I tell you, it looked almost like he was short, but he got there. So that'll be a first down, moving the chains, Milton Hershey. Manning's foot, boy, he's speedy.
And again, Manning shows that he can tuck the ball and get upfield, and that's what you do. Milton Hershey can spread you out and get those athletes on the wings, and once they do that, they're hard to bring down. First down, now they can keep going, see if they can get into that red zone and get some points.
Onyewu with the carry. Zimmerman coming up, make the tackle for Hershey. And it'll be a 2nd and 8 ball on the 18 for Milton Hershey. Knocking on the red zone door here. 2 really good possessions where they moved the ball.
Moving the ball hasn't been a problem for the Spartans. I think the key is finishing the drives right now early in the game.
Carrington on the jet sweep, crossing around the 20-yard line. Ooh, wrestled down, backside, great tackle. That's Jack Shea. Jack Shea's a senior, 5'8". Now, you notice that defense is senior laden, so
They're a bend but not break defense.
And
this backside tackle here.
Shea read this from the beginning, and he showed his wheels on the outside, not letting Carrington Smith get upfield and turn that corner.
Well, it'll be 3rd and 8 for Milton Hershey. Ball on the 18. So he ran back to the line of scrimmage, if that's what you want to call it. A long way to run on the jet sweep. Well, a little bit of a flat pass by Manning. They'll call it a catch. Carrington Smith scooped it up. It picked up 2 yards. It'd be 4th and 6 for Milton Hershey.
And I tell you, Smith may have had some opportunity to do something with that ball if the ball was a little higher for him to make a move with it. So, again, you want to get those passes up. Right idea. So you see the offense. The offense is predicated on a tough running game, short passing game at this point. It could be an opportunity to lure this defense up so that they can maybe get behind them.
Manning, backside pressure. He's going to get rid of it in the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete, knocked down. Great defense. That's Daniel Sheenan come from the backside with a lot of pressure, and it was broken up. Chase Wallace actually knocked it down.
Yeah, and you saw Carrington tried to use, or sorry about that. Manning tried to use he used his feet to buy himself some time, but there really wasn't anyone open, and that's one of those plays where you got to be careful because you don't want to throw it across your body and risk a pick, an interception in some way. So he bought some time, and then tried to get it out there.
Well, Hershey has the ball backed up in the 16-yard line. They've got 2 good holds, 2 good stops. Milton Hershey's 2 possessions. They get in the red zone but come away short on 4th down opportunities. And now Hershey will have the ball. Let's see what Norino and staff will do here.
And right now, what you're seeing from Hershey's defense is a bend but don't break.
Right.
In between, the 220s, they're giving up a lot of yards, but they tighten up right when it gets to that red zone. They're starting to tighten up.
Norino's going to keep it himself, cross the 20-yard line, get a block, cross the 30. And a great play designed well. Coming over to make the tackle was Kamara Hassan for Milton Hershey.
Yeah, Kamara has to come up and maybe making a possible touchdown saving play defensively. That was a good read by the quarterback, faking it into the running back. You saw the Milton Hershey defense collapse, pulled the ball out, and he got upfield north-south. So good run, good offense, probably the best offensive play so far for Hershey at this early start of the game.
But not much there. What a great defensive stop by Milton Hershey. Zimmerman was the ball carrier, but man, he came up and he met a blue defensive wall.
Yeah, I think Clemente Ajanaka came up and made the play defensively. So you figure that the one thing about that defensive line from Milton Hershey, they're very quick. They can be stout there. And again, Xavier Oliver will anchor that group. Got a lot of pub this offseason coming in at 6 foot or 5'10", 246, low center of gravity for Oliver. And he's had a good season. He had a pick 6 last week.
Yep, took it back to the house. Well, that's going to be the end of the first quarter. We'll have more high school sports live football on ABC 27, the Cocoa Bean. More after these messages.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rental, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor paves the way for your projects from start to finish. With 11 locations, Groff Tractor is always close by your equipment needs. Groff also offers 24/7 field service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
Well, Advanced Hoops will be hosting their annual Fall College Showcases on October 3rd and 4th for players looking to take their game to the next level. Register today at advancedhoops.com, and the girls will be October 9th, Monday, October 9th, the Girls Showcase. AdvancedHoops.com with more information. Back to second quarter action. The Cocoa Beans second and 11, ball on the 34-yard line for Hershey. This will be their second opportunity. And already got whistles.
And those are the things you don't need. It backs you up. It's the second time, second false start for this Hershey team. And again, right now, I don't think many gave Hershey a shot here. I think they've looked at that 42-0 loss last week and thinking that Milton Hershey has kind of owned this Cocoa Bean the last 3 years. So the thought is, hey, nobody gave him a shot. But please, when it comes to this game, you throw the records out the window and you just go for it. So I mean, this is a little bigger than just the record. So Milton Hershey could, even though they are favored to win this game by many, if they don't come out and play well, this could be a loss for them, and they want to make sure that doesn't happen.
Give to Zimmerman on the left side. They're going Zimmerman now.
And Parrish again on the play. We're going to be calling his name a lot. Number 72 for Hershey, for Milton Hershey, coming up and making the play. So a lot of active players. Right now, this has become a defensive game, Todd. Right now, there's no offense. They've been feeling each other out a little bit to see what they can do. And I wouldn't be surprised if one of these clubs begin to try to air it out a little bit.
Right.
And I think right now you have all these defenders in the box on both sides.
Well, Darius Briggs also coming up, 44, making a tackle as well, assist. Up top, almost intercepted. It looked like it would be a good ball by Norino. That pass would be incomplete. The intended receiver was number 44, Aiden Smith. He's a tight end, a junior. And it'll be 4th and 14, and Hershey will be back on the punt.
And Hassan Kamara, I mean, that's the perfect situation. An opportunity to get the ball in stride and get upfield, and he cannot corral that ball. That would have been a nice pick for him. So I know he want that back.
Corrado set to punt. Carrington back to receive. Oh, snap was high, but there were whistles.
And they may be fortunate, Hershey may be fortunate that there were whistles, because that snap could have been a disaster.
Jared Ross was coming too after the punt. Well, Milton Hershey was off sides, but they'll repunt it.
And there you get Hershey back four. You have a good look at Sean Proctor, the 5'7", 132-pound senior that'll be taking over the return duties for the Spartans.
Oh, almost blocked, but it was, how'd he get that kickoff? Good downfield coverage on the special teams by the Hershey Trojans. That punt was near blocked, Jerome.
Right, and I mean that was definitely a situation that could have been devastating for Hershey.
Look at it.
But Proctor doesn't get upfield. You see this. This is just a hair, almost gets it. And again, you're taught to lay out. You never lay out at the kicker. You lay out. You go for the foot, right at the foot of the kicker to try to get that. And you use that speed, turn that edge, dip that shoulder, and then you lay out. And that was a good opportunity to lay out. Just missed it by a little bit, by hair.
That was Ross who almost got it. Did you ever get one in your career, John?
Yes, I did. I got several. Yeah. Oh man, that's there's not many feelings that are better than blocking a kicker or a field goal.
Because it's a free ball, and it results into 6 a lot of times, doesn't it?
Yep.
Special teams that we, Jerome, often we do not talk about it on the telecast. Well, we do, but we don't emphasize the importance of special teams. Now, in the high school game, you see a lot of your starters playing on special teams too, but there are a few guys that are only doing nothing but special teams.
Absolutely.
And it is a special job. It takes a special person. It takes a hustler, doesn't it?
It definitely does, and sometimes you want to get those guys going, and special teams is a good way to do it.
Wow, look at Cross running over across the 50. He ran over defender. Cross is impressing me. Now, this is a kid, I think, that will definitely play at the next level with that size.
Yeah, I mean, seeing a kid, Naeem Cross, 6'1", 210 pounds, 11th grader. So, this is his audition. And, if this is the start, you're talking about a kid that we have next year as well. He is very good size for a running back. I mean, there are many college running backs that aren't that size.
No.
So he has very good size, very good height, too. You don't see a lot of 6'1" running backs.
Manning to Anyanwu. And not much there. He's going to be wrapped up by 4 Trojans, led by Zimmerman.
And, hey, I want to go down to Archie. Archie, what you've seen so far, I mean, we're seeing a big defensive game so far. What are your thoughts being right there on the sideline about these defenses?
Well, Jerome, you was spot on when you said about run, and then all of a sudden you see Hershey going to a pass. I mean, as a DB, me and you both know these teams are steady running, so you cannot go to sleep as a defender back here because these teams will hit you with the pass.
Thank you, Archie Smith. Left side, Anyanwu. Now they're going to switch it off, and they're going, they're going at you solid hard with cross,
right.
And then that little bit of change the pace. But I tell you what, as Archie said, I give that front and those D-backs, but I give that front line of Hershey Trojans a nod tonight in the trench war.
Yeah, they're giving up some yardage, but they're not breaking. I mean, they're stiffening up at the right time, and just like right now, they're making it hard sledding, and they tighten up right at the right time. So Milton Hershey will get a good run here, a good run there, and then you'll see 2 or 3 straight plays of just tough defense, right. And then before long it's 4th down. So Hershey is showing that they can handle this. It's just a matter of can they consistently do it. And then on the other side, it's the same thing. I mean, the only difference is Hershey offensively has not done much of anything, with the exception of the big run by the quarterback.
Well, Anyanwu, not much there. It's 4th and 4. 8:19 here before halftime. Coming up will be our high mark halftime report. Stay tuned for that. Archie, Jerome, and I up in the booth will be breaking down the first half action. It looks like we're going to have a timeout being called. We'll be back with more football action on High School Sports Live after these messages. Players from all over the state of Pennsylvania will be trying out for the Team Pennsylvania boys and girls AAU teams. Advanced Hoops is the leader in AAU basketball in Central PA. Tryouts for this spring team are on October 28th and 29th. For more information, advancedhoops.com. Go to www.advancedhoops.com. And I'm telling you, Jerome, I was fortunate to play college basketball. Mm-hmm. But had I had the opportunity that the kids have today in the AA, and you're the same way. You played high school basketball. You chose to play high school football. And I know Archie Smith is the same way. Archie Smith over Advanced Hoops. That Archie, you could say a little bit about this. There's even AAU football now, Archie Smith. Your thoughts on this? If we were kids with all this time and things that we could do now, the difference it makes in a player. We'll have to come back to Archie. I know he was going to give us some view on it. I know he's been. We'll go back down to Archie. All right, Archie. Just the opportunity for kids to play now, even AAU football. We know what you do over at Advanced Hoops, but if we had this as a kid, what the difference is? This makes such a difference for kids around the Mid-State.
Guys, I was standing down here just soaking up the experience, watching these young men. You can dream really big now. I mean, the experience that you get from all the training, you're more experienced when you come into the game. I mean, these guys are prepared. As I'm looking at their uniforms, these guys are sponsored by Nike. These guys are sponsored by Under Armour. I mean, the experience that I teach, and I always mentor to a lot of kids out there, that the exposure that you're getting, your chance is so great for you to succeed now versus it was when we was coming up back in the days. Do you agree?
Archie, I totally agree. I mean, we were lucky to play a few sports camps with our high school team locally for a week or two. and then you play it on the courts all across the country. But now today, like you said, the sponsoring and so much involved. And now with AAU football, I've seen kids, Jerome, playing AAU football now. Will that change the high school game a little bit?
It's hard to say because right now for football, high school sports, high school football is still such a big thing. I mean, the pageantry of it is huge. I think the biggest thing with AAU, the talent level is off the charts. But we got to make sure it stays team-oriented as opposed to individual-oriented. And I think some have questioned the direction of AAU in certain instances. But I think the format for players, like Archie said, it gives you format and exposure that we didn't have years ago. And that's the one thing. You know, the difference is, you know, for football, do you play for the pride of your school or do you play to get recruited? And in high school, you kind of do both. For AAU, in many cases, it's for the recruiting experience. So that's why I say, you know, sometimes it may take, it could, or people believe that it may take away from the team experience as opposed to the individual.
Well, Jordan Spidle come down with that catch by Norino, and that's a big pickup, first down and 10 for Hershey across the 35 to give to Carlson, Sam Carlson on the left side. He'll be wrestled down and tackled on the play by Jared Ross for Milton Hershey. Second and 6. Go ahead,
I'll tell you what, man. If things don't change, this could be a very low-scoring game. I mean, because, you know, you're looking at the clock. It's 6:04. And remember, both of these teams are running a lot, too. So it's killing the clock significantly. So we burned through the first quarter because I believe Milton Hershey attempted 2 passes. 1 they completed. Clock kept going. Hershey, I don't even know if Hershey threw a pass until just now. So running game kills the clock. This may be a fast game that's over very quickly.
Well, we got 5:40 to play. I tell you what, it's probably in this year for sure. It's been the fastest game. I mean, we've got 5 minutes to play before halftime. And coming up with our High Mark halftime report, we'll have Archie's analysis and along with Jerome up in the booth. Stay tuned for that.
But yeah, we have right now a very good defensive effort by both teams. I know for the fans, and again, Milton Hershey brings a lot of kids to this one. I mean, pretty much the entire school comes out, and you can see on their side, there's a lot of kids there that are here to cheer on their Spartans. And then Hershey's on the other side. They brought a lot of fans as well.
Well, we'll have a timeout. Hershey will take a timeout on the field. We'll be right back with more football from Hershey Park.
Hi, I'm Brandon. I'm proud to help save lives.
And I'm Brandon when he was in 8th grade.
With Dad's job, we moved around a lot.
So I went to school online at Connections Academy.
Virtual education was more flexible, and it really motivated me to learn.
I got way organized.
That paid off junior year when I started going to high school here in town, and it's paying off now.
Whoa, you look cool in that uniform.
I know, right? We look cool.
Commonwealth Connections Academy, the tuition-free public cyber school.
Well, next Friday night, we're really excited. We've got Middletown and East Pennsboro. That's got to be a great match at 7 o'clock on ABC 27.3. Man, I'm excited this. Middletown going to the state championship last year. They've got a few elements of that team back. They lost some, but really impressed with the coaching staff and the team. And don't forget that East Penn plays Middletown tough. That right there has become a rivalry. We're excited about that one next week.
That'll be a good game, and I'm glad we're getting some of the smaller schools and getting some opportunities to see them. And again, you talked about Middletown and their effort. They've done very well, and they're building a program, and they want to keep it going. And when you have that kind of success, it then breeds success, and that's what you hope happens. You see those young kids putting forth more effort. They're getting excited, so they're doing the things they need to do from the younger levels, and then before long, you have a program that consistently is pumping out opportunities to win some championships.
Well, that was Shea on the carry on the right side. That's his first carry of the game for Hershey. It'll be 2nd and 6. I love to call a football game here at Hershey Park Stadium. It's just a beautiful, beautiful atmosphere. I love it. I've seen so many concerts and football games here, but it's always a treat to be on ABC 27 calling a game from here. give on the right side to Zimmerman, not much. And guys are getting a little testy down there. Actually, no, getting his first carry tonight. That Norino kept that himself.
Yeah, he kept that. It was an option play. It was an option play, right? And Spartans read it all the way. I mean, the defense did a good job. And again, these stout defenses, they give up a couple of big plays here and there, but then when it comes down to it, they tighten up very quickly. And before long, you're sitting at 3rd and long or fourth and long. And again, the defenses have held up to this point.
3rd and 7 for Hershey. Ball on the 50-yard line. First half action. Stay tuned. Our high mark halftime report. Jerome and Archie and I will give you the breakdown of the first half, so stay tuned. Ball dangerously outthrown by Norino on the backside of his receiver. Intended receiver was Jordan Spidle. Boy, oh boy, that's a dangerous ball. Threw on the wrong side of him.
Yeah, and again, I mean, what you may be seeing is both of these coaches are still working on the development of the passing game right now, and really trying to rely on that running game, where the games that we have called to this point, we've seen some quarterbacks that have really aired it out. Right. I mean, we've seen some big plays, whether it was, Harrisburg or even Cumberland Valley aired it out a couple of times too. So we've seen some airing it out, and these two teams are more confident with running the ball and letting that set up everything else.
Punt taken near the sideline by Sean Proctor. He'll be knocked out of bounds shy of the, so it'll be on the 18. It'll be 1st and 10 of 18. Well, coming up at halftime, we'll have your halftime show, your high mark halftime show, and your CRI, Capital Region Insurance halftime stats, and your advanced hoops breakdown as well. Coming right up here at halftime.
Well, on that punt return, you saw Proctor field that, and he gets tackled right away. So some may say, oh, that's not an interesting play. He got hit. No, what he did do was he secured that ball and actually kept some at least half decent field position at close to the 20, as opposed to what it could have been if that ball would have went over his head and then bounced all the way down, maybe within the 5-yard line. So I think in that time, punt returners, especially in high school, are not always inclined to come up there and make that kind of play. And that was a good play on his part, Proctor, to come up, secure that ball, and now Milton Hershey at least has some room. That could have bounced and been down at the inside the 5-yard line.
Well, just a camera shot before that. What a beautiful crowd we have tonight here at Hershey Park. Manning faked the pitch, looking downfield, going to try to air it out. Going up the top to Carrington Smith, and that ball being complete. He was in double coverage. Good coverage. Running side by side was Jordan Spidle. Coming over to help was Jack Shea.
And there you see Milton Hershey taking their shot. Manning going up top, Smith trying to get him on a fly pattern. Smith seems like he misjudged the ball, or he lost the ball in the air.
I think he lost it.
If he wouldn't have lost it and kept tracking it, maybe he could have got under that and tried to make a play, but he seemed like he lost the ball.
Now, there is still something that happens occasionally on Friday night games when you're looking at a bigger stadium. You catch the light sometimes out of the corner of your eyes, and I do remember that that will at times. There's that quick blinding. I don't know if that happened. Anyuwawu, excuse me. He'll pick up 2. Samuelson on the tackle. 3rd and 8. Be about 3rd and 8 for Milton Hershey.
So again, you saw the Spartans take that shot. Now they, 3rd and 8. What do? These defenses again are really doing a good job right now, pretty much holding each other from doing anything special.
Oh, backside pressure. Pass was complete to Anyuwawu.
And again, very good defensive play. So you see some immediate pressure in the face of the quarterback, and there you go. The defenses again.
Well, Hershey's going to take a timeout again. 2:42 to play. We'll be right back after these messages.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rental, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor paves the way for your projects from start to finish. With 11 locations, Groff Tractor is always close by your equipment needs. Groff also offers 24/7 field service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
Right there is a great shot. Look at all the kids by the fence line. Just packed in here tonight. Milton Hershey also brings a great crowd. Look at this. I mean, it is really, really, really nice crowd tonight here at Hershey Park Stadium. So the Cocoa Bean, since it's been in existence 1943, people come for this game. And you said it really well, Jerome. You throw the records out for this. We really didn't even talk a lot about records. Well, it's early season. Both teams are 1-1. Fair catch called by Jack Shea. And Hershey will have the ball with good field position. Some of their best field position to start their fourth possession of the first half.
Well, and then we have the series. You talked about it. Milton Hershey leading 36-35 at this point. They have won the last 3 years. 2014 is when they finally cracked that win column after a while, winning 27-7 against Hershey. The next year in 2015, Milton Hershey won 26-21 in a close game. And then last year, Milton Hershey just came out the gate and just really put it to Hershey, 46-7. So, you know, the last 3 have been owned by the Spartans against this Hershey team, where they had a dominance over almost a decade for the Hershey Trojans.
I'm going to go to the other side, so I might not. Okay, so you're heading over to Hershey.
There was an exchange problem, looked like a fumble. Marino got his own fumble. The exchange from Rivero, the center, didn't go well. So up front for Hershey, Cabrera, Zeibler, Steele. In the backfield, you see Carlson, Zimmerman getting carries. The receiver spots, you're seeing Chase Wallace and Jack Shea for Hershey, and Marino is the starting quarterback.
I tell you, we're at 2 minutes, and we have no score up to this point.
Rolling right, Narina looking downfield. The ball is going to be intercepted. Big old target. The wrong target, though, however. That is a Cross come up. That's a sophomore. This kid is 6'. Avon Cross is 6'3" and 185 pounds.
And again, he's only a sophomore getting some run. A good-looking size kid, you know, real young for the Spartans. Gets his hands on that ball.
He didn't come
down. No, he didn't come down with it. Okay. He dropped it right out of bounds. Okay. Yep. And that's the second possible pick that the Spartans have had that they cannot hold on to.
Well, he's 6'3" over there. Mm-hmm. I mean, give right side to Carlson. He runs into wall. Look at Naeem Cross coming up to make that tackle.
Yeah, I mean, that was just stout, along with Gibbs, number 55, the 5'10", 208-pound junior. They combine to make the stop. And again, defense holds. This time it's the Spartans.
So Proctor back to receive.
And again, Todd, it's almost as if right when you think that one of these offenses is going to get going, they get bogged down or they get stopped by that defense.
Oh, bad snap over the head. And wrestled down at the 40-yard line. Look who'll come up to make that tackle. He just almost had an interception. Cross, the sophomore, comes up to make the tackle on the punter.
And then that's what probably, you would think would happen. Which team would make the mistake that could lead to points? And we'll see if that mistake is the one, because it gives the Milton Hershey Spartans a very good situation with very good field position.
And see, just eventually these mistakes wear you down and keep giving opportunities to a team like Milton Hershey with a running back like Cross, and they'll make it sting, make it hurt. Looking downfield, airing it out, but it will be incomplete. Manning's pass is incomplete to Carrington Smith.
And again, this is the second time that the Spartans started out a drive by trying to hit downfield. So I think it's a good idea. You want to make sure you don't want to just stay compact running the ball. You have to take a shot downfield. So Manning aired it out again. He throws a good ball.
Oh, he does.
It's just a matter of, can one of those Spartans get under it for a big gain?
Well, 2nd and 10 for Manning. He's rolling right. Good coverage by Hershey. He's going to keep it himself, crossing the 40-yard line. Crossing the 35, 34, been knocked out of bounds with 43 seconds to play.
And I actually thought that Manning may have had number 15, Joshua Pera, on a slant route in the back of the end zone. It would have been a one-on-one play, but he seemed like he had a step on the back side. But Manning, there was pressure coming, and it seemed like he had to get rid of the ball at that point.
Well, it's 3rd and 5, ball on the 35 for Milton Hershey. 43 seconds to play, low snap, give to Cross. Cross is going to cross the 30-yard line. And Keeler made the tackle for Hershey. It's a pretty nice crowd tonight here, especially a fan section. That is the Hershey fan section. It says, "We want the bean." Now, their shirts tonight say, "We want the bean." When I pulled in earlier, man, I'm talking several earlier hours before the game, they were tailgating out in the parking lot. Manning looking downfield, going to throw to the corner of the end zone, take a chance. It's going to be incomplete. His intended receiver was Carrington Smith, and that'll be incomplete. Bring up 3rd down.
And I'll tell you what, Todd, Manning took a shot
in that
play. That's the one thing. You got to protect yourself as a quarterback. He opened himself up when he delivered that ball, and he took a shot outside the pocket. So you see here, he's getting deep, rolling out to see if he can get deep. He kind of pumps it fake, comes down, and then puts it up there, exposes himself, and takes a hit.
Let's go down to Archie Smith on the field. Archie, Hershey, the bend not break defense is working tonight.
Guys, these guys are believing into the game plan. They're believing what their coaches are telling them, and they're executing the game plan. Stop the run. I had a chance to talk with Coach Emiko Sweeney before the game started. He was like, "Man, listen, we have to play sound defense." I mean, a 6'1", 210 running back can wear you down. I mean, we got halftime getting ready to come up here, so let's see how this is going to trickle throughout the rest of the game. Is he going to continue to wear him down? Remember, we've seen this against Cumberland Valley and Coatesville, the wear down of the run. So let's see, is Hershey going to be able to keep up this intense of their defense?
Hey, Archie, talk a little bit about your relationship with Emiko Sweeney in the days of playing football, all the days you played through the Mid-State, and how you become known, and friendships with him.
Well, Coach, me and his sons, we've been going to battle since both of our kids have been 6 years old. When I was a member over there at the great program of Susquehanna Township, we've been going at it. Our sons has been going back and forth. We compete against each other in basketball. He does the Hershey program, and I do the Central Dauphin program. So our relationship here is with football. We doesn't stop.
That's right. Onyanwu left side. Picking up a lot of space, but we're now down to 15 seconds. The clock's still clicking. Did they get a timeout? They're actually...
Okay. That's the thing. Milton Hershey still has a timeout left.
Well, I'll take it now. 14 seconds to go. Ball 1st and 10 on the 17-yard line. Well, coming right up at halftime, our Highmark halftime show and our Capital Region Insurance Agency halftime stats. And we'll also have our advanced hoops highlights. Archie Smith Jr., Jerome Presley and I will be up in the booth together, just really breaking down the first half for you. So stay tuned for that.
Well, I'll tell you what, if Milton Hershey can get on the board here, that will be a very big thing for them. I mean, whichever, at this point, any score is huge. And they're in good position right now. They made 14 seconds gives you an opportunity to maybe take a shot or two and then try to kick it, or just go for the kick right away. So you may see them take shot first and see if they can get in the end zone with a touchdown. But because right now, if you score a touchdown, I mean, that could win the game for you at this point.
At the way this game is going, this cocoa bean right now, you're right. A score seems like 2 scores. Well, Manning takes another look at Smith, his intended receiver. It'll be incomplete, and on the coverage was Jack Shea.
Yeah, and the problem was Manning, I'll tell you what, Smith was open immediately when that's when that ball needed to come out. He waited too long, and by then the defense corralled him. But you saw when he first slanted, that ball, if it was out, if he would have took that three-step drop and fired it at that point, then it would have been a touchdown.
We got 9 seconds to play. 2nd and 10, ball on the 17-yard line for Milton Hershey. Manning will be shotgun. He'll have twin receivers to his right, put Smith in motion, and then there's flags. Boy, that's going to back up the Spartans. So it's a 5-yard penalty. The ball was on the 17. Now I'll back him up to the 22-yard line with 9 seconds to go.
Well, there you get a good look at number 72. Stanford Masons is a junior at 6'4", 311. And, I mean, he's a good-looking lineman down there for the Spartans. And, you know, he seems like he's holding up pretty good right now.
Looking over the top, and he's going to run out of real estate, overthrew him. Intended receiver is Carrington Smith. It'll be 3rd and 15. Now Milton Hershey will get another shot. There's 2 seconds to go. But really right now they're a solo receiver only. They're not right. They're running a single receiver. Archie, I don't see even another receiver, anything short, maybe a back out of the backfield offensively. What are you seeing? We'll come back to Archie in a moment. Well, Milton Hershey is going to take a timeout, and we'll take one. We'll be right back after these messages.
The Advanced Hoops training staff features Division I level instructors and coaches who have played professionally. Charlie Fortney's shooting instruction has proven transformational for players in South Central PA. Gerald Jarman takes players to the next level in his dribbling and crossover intensity classes. Archie Smith teaches intent, speed, and agility and is very motivational. 6'9" Duke McCamey is excellent at teaching young post player technical skills around the basket.
Over 30 years of Division I and professional experience. It doesn't get any better than that.
Well, let's go back down to Archie on the field. Archie, we see a single receiver in Carrington Smith and Milton Hershey. Not much more. They're running a wheel route, and they're overthrowing him. Anything else you see offensively for Milton Hershey?
Well, Milton Hershey down here, they're trying to see can they get any closer to getting in field goal range, but they also want to protect the ball. So that's why you see those big passes going down the sideline, because if the receiver can't catch it, you always taught to throw it so nobody can catch it.
Thanks, Arch. Shotgun formation, 3rd and 15, 2 seconds to play in this half. Manning back, pressure on, going to dump off the screen. That's the the clock. Cross to stand on his feet. Flags everywhere. Cross will be knocked out of bounds at about the 3-yard line. Backside flags came.
And again, I actually like the call, but it looks like the penalty will negate any of that. So for the first time, I mean, I don't remember these two teams playing to a 0-0 tie at the half. And again, for those that may have thought that Milton Hershey was going to run away with this is the cocoa bean. This is a bigger situation than just records. So right now, hats off to both defenses. Both offenses have not been able to have any sustained offense. So you're going to see these teams go into the locker room and try to figure out how they can get some offense established.
Well, we'll be coming right back with our Highmark halftime report. Archie Smith will be joining Jerome and I up in the booth. Stay tuned for our halftime report after these messages.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Guys, I'm with Brian Hudson with the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency, the CEO of servicing over 60,000 customers statewide. Brian, I consider you guys as a company, much like High School Sports Live, we get over 60-some thousand people at our different games. Who knows how many are watching? We average 1,500 online watchers on the YouTube. So we're kind of in a similar business, serving people. But talk about the different ways Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency is meeting the family's needs.
Well, those 60,000 loans, we service all those right here at our corporate headquarters in Harrisburg. We have a solution center that handles a lot of those calls coming in from those customers. But in addition to those mortgage loans, we help individuals find apartments. And that's a totally different population also. Looking for an apartment, or they have problems with their apartment, do they want to move to another location? We have a search engine on our website that helps them locate apartments. So we cover the entire Commonwealth, and Central Pennsylvania is part of that.
Well, a lot of people are renting. So a lot of people don't know that while they're renting, they could possibly go from being a renter to a homeowner. Talk about that process.
Well, that's where our counseling network comes into play, and we do encourage potential home buyers to go to our counseling network. We have over 70 counseling agencies throughout the Commonwealth to help homeowners get ready, potential homeowners get ready. What's the budget? You know, how do I become a homeowner? What's maintaining a home? They may not be ready right away, but we move those renters into home ownership, which is a great program.
Where can somebody who's watching, because we have a lot of viewers, where can they go to find out how to tap into some of these services?
On our website, www.phfa.org, we have a list of counseling agencies, and look for the one that's closest to your location. It's free. They don't have to pay for that, and they'll help them walk through the steps of home ownership to become a homeowner.
Brian, we may have you come in the second half of the broadcast if you want to help commentate. I don't know. Now, we'll let you sit and enjoy the game. But guys, back to you. It was a great interview with Brian Hudson from Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency, and I'm sure there will be more.
Thank you.
Do you want to answer that?
Nah, I'd never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here. I'm there.
For all those pokers, prodders, shuckers, and sniffers, All Giant Produce is triple checked. Farm, crate, and store. We're focusing on fresh, so you don't have to guess. My Giant. Save big on all of your game day favorites. Only at Giant, a proud sponsor of High School Sports Live.
Like tough, the future of tough is here. And the Ford F-Series at Hoffman Ford are America's safest and toughest trucks. And these tough trucks require an easy-to-handle price, as in up to $12,000 off MSRP of a 2017 F-150 XLT Crew Cab. And if that's not easy enough, how about a 2017 F-250 Lariat Crew Cab for as low as $48,999? Only at Harrisburg's premier Ford dealer. And remember, Hoffman has it online at HoffmanFord.com.
Today's broadcast is sponsored in part by Groff Tractor, Pizza Hut, Advanced Hoops, Highmark, Brenner Family of Dealerships, and the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency.
Well, welcome back to our Highmark halftime report. Jerome Presley, first of all, let's start with you, then we'll go Archie. I'm going to let you take Milton Hershey. Archie, you take Hershey in their defense and not breaking it. First, Milton Hershey-wise, they've established the running game. They've been in the red zone 3 times in the first half. Well, 4, take it back. That's right. That last possession, but come up short.
Yeah, I think you said, I mean, the one thing about the running game, they've had some success, but they haven't fully established it. I think, and we have to credit Hershey's defense. Milton Hershey has been able to get upfield, get some positive gains, and then they stall. And again, Hershey's defense cranks them up and is able to stop them. So you started to see at the end of the half, Milton Hershey's starting to try to open it up to get downfield and kind of break up that 8-man front from the Hershey Trojans, but they cannot connect. They haven't been able to connect really downfield at all. So, I mean, pretty much Shamar Manning has not completed anything downfield.
And Archie, let's talk about, I've been impressed with Hershey Trojan. Now, they lost 41-0 last week. I got to be honest with you. I was going to give the nods to maybe if possible this could have happened again in the first half alone with Milton Hershey being able to be a little bit explosive. That defense has been bending but not break.
Guys, and ladies at home, and gentlemen at home, what you have to understand is this is the 75th annual Cocoa Bean Classic. I mean, this is some rivalry here. They're not just going to lay down and think you're going to surrender 41 points on us again. But what I do like what Hershey is doing is they're daring Milton Hershey. Pass the ball. Pass the ball. We're going to be aggressive on the run, and we want you to pass. And you can see those DBs, they're getting their confidence. They're ecstatic. If I'm down there on the sideline, and so they believe that they belong in this game. So they're going to dare Milton Hershey to come out, throw the ball on them.
I want to talk offense just for a moment, if I can. Now, when Hershey drops back to pass, or Milton Hershey drops back to pass, Carrington Smith has been the receiver that Manning has looked at. He's been double coverage. He's having help side with Shea over the top. Yeah. And I'm telling you right now, everybody knows the ball's going to him on that wheel route.
Right, and again, they haven't been able to connect there offensively at all. I think we also have to look at, like similar to what we're seeing from Hershey, Milton Hershey's defense has equally been stiff. And they've had a pick and possible 3 other interceptions on Hershey's quarterback. So these defenses, and we're seeing it from the Spartans as well, they are not breaking either. So you have both defenses have really taken over this game.
Well, let's take an opportunity now just to look inside our Advanced Hoops halftime highlights from our first half. Well, right away as the captains come to the field tonight in the 75th annual Cocoa Bowl, there was an atmosphere of throw out all records. Carrington Smith's been featured a lot tonight. He opened up running down the sideline, crossing the 30-40, set up Milton Hershey real well. In that first possession, they got in the red zone, but Hershey was stingy. And then Norino looking over the top, almost intercepted. But this is the guy, direct snaps, but I love Sam Carlson, the running back, coming up and making the tackle. But Hershey said, we'll come back a little bit with a little pitch option. But look how well that defense defended it. So tonight, in this 75th Annual Bowl, what we've seen in the first half was defense winning games. Look at the backside tackle. And then Cross, who I believe I really like as a running back. I think there's a future, sidestepping some defenders and crossing the 40. And at that time, picked up a big first down for him. But we've seen a lot of this, yielding some small plays, then over the top in the seam route. Norino hooked up with his tight end, and this was an opportunity for Hershey that set him up. Eventually they got in the red zone, but came away with it nothing. 0-0 first half. Will be more with our halftime report after these messages.
Karen has 459 friends, but none of them made sure she got home okay. None of them suggested she skip the next drink, try a glass of water, or maybe just call it a night. Karen has 459 friends. But tonight, what she really needed was one good one.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
The Fall 5-on-5 prepares players for their winter season better than anything the Harrisburg area has ever seen. Advanced and novice players can get game experience versus competition that fits their level. This year's 5-on-5 will give players experience and teach players proper spacing and principles to improve their overall game. The Fall 5-on-5 class will feature an intense speed and agility curriculum each week, so players will have no downtime during the class.
This fall, Advanced Hoops 3D training will be offering crossover intensity with Gerald Jarman and Archie Smith, which builds the key dimensions of ball handling, confidence, and skill improvement.
Good job, good job, good job. Whatever we can do with our right, we can do with our left. Whatever we do with our left, we can do with our right. There's no dominant hand.
In the preseason for the NBA, the ball handling drills we're doing, they do in the NBA.
Second Wilson's going to go down and back. Gerald has a great rapport with the kids. He brings enthusiasm, instruction. He has the best coaching background, and he has the best experience you're going to find in this area.
You're not worried about nobody else but you getting better. Your friends at home, they playing Xbox, they playing PlayStation. Y'all in here getting better. 3, 2, 1.
Archie's level of enthusiasm has taken this class to another level this year. Players will be challenged with 2-ball stationary dribbling, alternating 2 balls. 1 high, 1 low, even down and back, learning to control 2 balls. Then Gerald and Archie will challenge players with full speed crossovers.
Look how beautiful that is. Discipline, technique.
The stop and go move. And drills that teach players to dribble the ball while shielding a defender for game situations.
Control, explode.
The 3D crossover intensity class with these guys will be fun, as you can see, but more importantly, power-packed, and any player that attends will leave with more confidence and an increased skill set. We have this class at every age level, and the instruction will vary accordingly. The Advanced Hoops training staff features Division I level instructors and coaches who have played professionally. Charlie Fortney's shooting instruction has proven transformational for players in South Central PA. Gerald Jarman takes players to the next level in his dribbling and crossover intensity classes. Archie Smith teaches intense speed and agility and is very motivational. 6'9" Duke McCamey is excellent at teaching young post player technical skills around the basket.
Over 30 years of Division I and professional experience. It doesn't get any better than that.
At Pizza Hut, our original pan dough rises fresh every day, making it crispy on the outside, soft and chewy on the inside. And now you can get our original pan as part of the $6.99 any deal. That's 2 medium pizzas with any toppings, any crust, any specialty for just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
Hi, I'm Melissa. I teach 10th grade English.
And I'm Melissa when she was in 10th grade at Connections Academy.
That was the year my teachers changed the way I looked at literature.
These books are amazing.
At Connections Academy, the great courses and all of the personal attention really made a difference.
Our class discussions opened my eyes.
In fact, my Connections Academy teachers inspired me so much, I became one myself.
Here, you're gonna need these.
Commonwealth Connections Academy, the tuition-free public cyber school.
Well, welcome back to our Capital Region Insurance Agency wrap-up. I'll go to you first, Archie. Just maybe one play. Is there anything to seem, anything open for Hershey offensively? Let's just talk. Is there anything you see that might be able to run here that they might be able to pick up some positive yardage?
Well, the greatest thing about halftime is adjustments. I cannot wait till I go back down on them sidelines and see what did the Hershey coaching staff go into halftime and come up with. It's going to be very, very interesting in the second half.
And when you're looking at Milton Hershey, they went with Shaheem Cross, Naeem Cross in that first half with some actual Wildcat-looking things, and I think it worked. Direct snaps to him. What do you think?
Well, I think Milton Hershey has had more success when they run north-south. So when the blocking scheme is not, they're very complicated, and let him get upfield. He's a big back. He's a tough back to bring down, and they seem to have their big chunk yardage when he's getting north-south. When they try to go wide and some of those counters aren't necessarily working. So like Archie said, Milton Hershey wants to go in and adjust. Basically what you're going to see the coach do in the halftime is go down the offensive line and say, what are you seeing on the other side? They're going to explain what they're seeing, and then they're going to talk about what they want them to do differently than what they may have practiced before that. And they'll try to make adjustments and see if they can open up holes. Milton Hershey needs to run the ball to set up everything else, so they can't abandon it.
Well, I feel like I'm in a locker room right now. So we've made our adjustments. I'm sure Milton Hershey and Hershey have made their adjustments. More to come with the Cocoa Bean in the second half after these messages.
Do you want to answer that?
Nah, never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here. I'm there.
For all those pokers, prodders, shuckers, and sniffers, All Giant Produce is triple checked. Farm, crate, and store. We're focusing on fresh, so you don't have to guess.
My Giant. Save big on all of your game day favorites. Only at Giant, a proud sponsor of High School Sports Live.
Did you know all electronics must be recycled? It's the law. But more importantly, it's the right thing to do.
At the Recycling Center, Dauphin County residents can recycle older broken TVs, computers, cell phones, laptops, major appliances, even paper.
The Recycling Center is conveniently located on Cameron Street in Harrisburg. It makes recycling fast, safe, and simple.
Stop by the Dauphin County Recycling Center today and help us recycle the right way.
The Advanced Hoops training staff features Division I level instructors and coaches who have played professionally. Charlie Fortney's shooting instruction has proven transformational for players in South Central PA. Gerald Jarman takes players to the next level in his dribbling and crossover intensity classes. Archie Smith teaches intense speed and agility and is very motivational. 6'9" Duke McCamey is excellent at teaching young post player technical skills around the basket.
Over 30 years of Division I and professional experience. It doesn't get any better than that.
What were you thinking, Chuck?
You're not 18 anymore.
Is my leg supposed to bend like that?
6 months on the heating pad. I hope it was worth it.
I wonder if cartilage grows back.
Yep, that's gonna break right in half.
This looks so easy on TV.
No regrets.
If only she'd parked in a garage. If only they had the chimney cleaned. If only they had Erie Insurance. Erie is seriously good insurance that treats you fairly and goes above and beyond to make you feel like your auto or home mishap never happened. At rates that'll save you as much as the other guys. So get a quote from Erie today. Because whatever your regrets in life, your insurance company shouldn't be one of them.
Your local Erie agent is Capital Region Insurance Agency. Get a quote at 717-731-1142.
Like tough, the future of tough is here. And the Ford F-Series at Hoffman Ford are America's safest and toughest trucks. And these tough trucks require an easy-to-handle price, as in up to $12,000 off MSRP of a 2017 F-150 XLT Crew Cab. And if that's not easy enough, how about a 2017 F-250 Lariat Crew Cab for as low as $48,999? Only at Harrisburg's premier Ford dealer. And remember, Hoffman has it online at HoffmanFord.com.
Today's broadcast is sponsored in part by Groff Tractor, Pizza Hut, Advanced Hoops, Highmark, Brenner Family of Dealerships, and the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency.
Well, you know what, Jerome? It's going to be the start of the third quarter, and just like every game, we have some great hits. And you know what time it is? I know you know what time it is.
Well, see, the time that you think it is very different than the time I think it is. I was browsing online, right? Minding my own business, looking up some stuff. You know what I mean? You know, you go on YouTube and see some stuff. And I saw this video.
Oh.
And I looked at this video and I'm like, hold on a second. It's an Invecca video on YouTube. And I'm like, who is that with a hat that I wear? That's kind of flowing. Who was that? I thought that was you. I mean, I don't know about you, but I thought it was you doing something on a moving vehicle. So the safety thing, I don't know what that's all about.
What's
up with that?
That's to see the whole video. You go on YouTube and Vicka Video Productions. Chad Edwards and the crew did that. That's my hometown. That's Jacob Tolliver on the piano. Rick Farrell, guitarist from Nashville, who wrote a song for Tim McGraw, something like that, or the Barbecue Stain. And Jacob Tolliver plays Jerry Lee Lewis on the actual Las Vegas musical called Million Dollar Quartet. Right now, believe it or not, that crazy little video has over 50,000 views. Now, I don't know. I hear kids go, hey, it's going viral. And I don't know what that means. It sounds like, as you said, we need a shot of penicillin or something. But you know, I'm playing a little wash tub bass, handmade hardware wash tub. But, you know, Jerome, I'm not just a pretty face. I keep trying to tell you that.
You know, hey, you're not, man. But I'll tell you what, I like when I hear you sing, man. You got a good voice. You just got to that whole rap genre that you try to go with. I think that's the situation. I mean, when you go into your singing, man, and you throw that bluegrass in there,
I appreciate that.
I mean, you're doing your thing.
Thank you.
But then you try to bust a rhyme.
I am a self-proclaimed rapper. My name is Toddy D, but let's just throw that out and forget about it.
That's when it all goes in the tank.
Let's just get back to the real business. Friday, September. I thought it was hit parade time. Y'all set me up. But Friday, September 22nd, 7 o'clock on ABC, Middletown East Penn. You know what, Jerome, I get excited just like you do for games.
Right.
But there's something about this one because you and I, we kind of like to have a little difference thrown at us. You know, we love to go to Cumberland Valley, don't get me wrong, and Central Dauphin, those big games. This is a big game, this Middletown East Penn game.
Absolutely, and I think, you know, we try to, you know, High School Sports Live try to get out there and cover different games all the time. So it's good to be here for the Cocoa Bean, but it's going to be good next week to see this Middletown team against East Penn.
Right.
They have a good little rivalry going. We saw what Middletown did last year. They had a very unexpected run for everyone else. It was unexpected for everyone else except
who was in that locker room.
That's right.
For Middletown. And now Middletown is coming off of that, and their thinking is, we got that taste. We want more of that. So it'll be nice to go to check that game out and call that game and see those players on both sides and get them on TV and let them show their thing. So Middletown, East Penn, man, let's bring it next week.
That's right, next week. And it's been, Jerome, it's been years since we did a game way back. You might remember we did an East Penn Camp Hill game a long time ago over in Enola. But I'm excited, you know. But right now we got the Cocoa Bean, 75th annual Cocoa Bean here on ABC 27. Right now 0-0, something's got to give. I mean, I love what you and Archie said, that, you know, it's a game tonight that's been very defensively oriented, but you've mixed it up. You talked about north and south. I really like to see if that's the game plan that Milton Hershey Spartans come out with. And then when we look at that Hershey on that other side, they did at one point, Norino had a nice big play, a hookup over the seam to Jordan Spidel. And that's been open a lot tonight. I look for maybe the Hershey staff to go to that again, but we'll see. Frank Eisberg and the crew.
And again, I think each team is going to have to take some unpredictable chances.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is, you saw Milton Hershey take chances downfield, but they were very predictable.
Yeah.
You saw Hershey was prepared for it. And you saw on the other side, Hershey hasn't really diversified their offense either. I mean, so this is not a bad idea to maybe throw a trick play in there. The problem with trick plays, though, is when they go wrong, they can go horribly wrong and cause a turnover, and then you get scored on as a result.
Then it's
and in this situation, if you score, whoever scores a point could end up winning this. You have to be careful. But who is going to go for it? And number two, which team will make a mistake that could be costly for them? And right now, we have seen both teams had some mistakes, but each of them was able to survive.
Right.
What happens? What team is going to make that mistake? And then this could be one of those, a block kick or block punt in for a touchdown.
Right.
Or a fumble recovery, touchdown. Or an interception, touchdown.
Yeah.
That's the kind of situation that could end up winning this game for you. Or we could just have an offensive explosion and have a 30-to-something game. And we've seen that happen before.
We've seen that happen before. So Hershey will have the ball to start the second half. Back to receive will be Jack Shea. And Jack can make things happen, too. Let's see how this Cocoa Bean second half coming right up here. Man, oh, man, I'm excited. Who runs away with the 75th trophy this year?
Let's get it.
Paris set to kick for Milton Hershey. Didn't get a hold of it. He's going to do it again. Interesting, I want to mention the name Para, even though it's on the Hershey side. Scott Para, alumni at Hershey High School, who I coached many years with in basketball at Paul Meyer under Mike Gaffey. Leaves the area after winning the state championship. Hershey grad now. Goes to Anvil Cleona. From Anvil Cleona, wins a state championship there. And I went to the job interview with him in Artesia, California. When he goes to get the job, guess who it was that Scott Perry, the alumni, coached? Mr. James Harding. He coached James Harding for 4 years, then went to Arizona State. From there, he's now the Rice University coach in Houston, Texas.
That's great.
Why I mention this about Coach Perry is this. He's been raising money in that flood. His bottom of his house right now in Houston, Texas, has been full of water. So our hearts go out to him and everybody in Houston and Coach Perry, and we good luck to the Rice basketball season. But Coach Perry, I know the Hershey people and fans are very proud of you and your family, and our hearts go with you, and we wish you the best. First down and 10 for Hershey, 11:55 ball on the 43-yard line.
And again, Todd, we talked about adjustments. Which team is going to make the adjustments to kind of break this open for themselves?
First and 10. Not much room for Zimmerman. Carlson on the carry.
And you saw number 3, Jaden Parrish, comes up defensively and is stout. No gain. And again, the Spartans defensively are coming out just like they ended the half. Stout.
It'll be second 10 for Hershey. Norino and crew under center. Actually, we've got a quarterback change for Hershey. S.J. Rodriguez is now in at quarterback, the sophomore. They're going with a different. He actually kept it on the actual option. So Rodriguez is getting an opportunity here in the second half, replacing Norino. I don't know if there was an injury or if it's just a coaching decision change.
Well, again, you saw defensively from Milton Hershey, Xavier Oliver just push the defense and just collapse the offensive pocket there with that low center of gravity.
It'll be 3rd and 10 here for Hershey. Rodriguez keeps it, and he gets about 5 back. It's now time for Archie Smith. He's got our giant food section, our giant food student section. Archie, it's pretty loud down there, buddy.
Guys, I cannot even hear you. You gotta love this right here.
He loves it. Don't you love high school football? We want to be is what those shirts say. That's our giant student section, fan section tonight. We thank Giant Foods for that sponsor. 4th down and 5 for Hershey. It's going to be punting time for Hershey. It'll be received by Proctor. Proctor going to cross the 30-yard line, be knocked out of the balance across the 35, call it the 36. And Milton Hershey will have their first opportunity the second half.
And Proctor's able to get upfield. And again, that's one thing about Proctor is he's relentless back there. He seems to he'll get under the ball regardless, catch it, and he's getting north-south. And it's good to see a high school punt returner that's willing to do that.
Today's broadcast is sponsored in part by Groff Tractor, Pizza Hut, Advanced Hoops, Highmark, Brenner Family of Dealership, and Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We thank all of our sponsors to make high school sports live on ABC 27 possible. 1st and 10. The give was Naeem Cross on the right side. We'll see if Cross gets going here a little bit more in the second half. His first two actual possessions that he had the ball, he showed north-south and he went 10+.
And again, what you saw is that wildcat look and getting Cross, up trying to get him upfield, but they're going sideways on that play. And the defense was very good from Hershey, forcing the loss of a yard or two on the play.
Give to Cross, right side Cross. Going strong, and look who had to bring him down. The other running back also doing double duty tonight is Samuel Carlson. Sam Carlson brings him down. Now Carlson's on his 7th tackle tonight. I will say something about him. He's playing a lot of plays, but hey, so is number 24 on the other side. So both of these running backs tonight are doing double duty, playing offense.
Exactly. They both are doing double duty. Both are playing linebacker on the other side.
Man, great hit. Nyanwu had to carry.
And that was, again, number 32, Carlson, comes up from that linebacker position. He's reading it well, and he's just firing into the gap.
I don't know. I mean, I like him as a linebacker. I know he's a running back as well. I think he's very defensive-minded. He looks, 4th and second. That's right. Call it 2 yards. It'll be a punt for Milton Hershey. And Chase Wallace have to stay out of the way of that one. That ball will be down at the 22, 23-yard line for Milton Hershey. Hershey will have the ball with 7:54 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Something's got to give. We're 0-0 here.
Did you know all electronics must be recycled? It's the law. But more importantly, it's the right thing to do.
At the Recycling Center, Dauphin County residents can recycle older broken TVs, computers, cell phones, laptops, major appliances, even paper.
The Recycling Center is conveniently located on Cameron Street in Harrisburg. It makes recycling fast, safe, and simple.
Stop by the Dauphin County Recycling Center today and help us recycle the right way.
living proof of the difference you can make when you're all for health. Highmark Blue Shield.
Today's broadcast is sponsored in part by Groff Tractor, Pizza Hut, Advanced Hoops, Highmark, Brenner Family of Dealerships, and the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency.
Yep. Well, the Advanced Hoops will be hosting their annual Fall College Showcase on October 3rd and 4th for players looking to take their game to the next level. Register today at advancedhoops.com. And on the girls' side, the Girls College Showcase Wednesday, October 4th. So remember, go to Advanced Hoops for more information on the showcase. Well, I don't know if Hershey moved first or if it was Milton Hershey.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be false start on Milton Hershey.
False start left side, Milton Hershey.
They got number 72, Zion Parrish, on that play. And that's a hard one because they have been sustaining momentum with their running game, and they run it right on this drive. They run it right down Hershey's throat. And the last thing you want is to go backwards.
Well, there's the Trojan trying to get his Hershey fans going a little bit. I don't know. I love mascots. he was trying, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
2nd and 11, ball on the 19-yard line. Fourth quarter, and there's flags. Delay of the game.
Oh, wow.
It'll be delay of game.
And that just negated everything that the Spartans did.
All that push
drive.
forward on this drive is going to be negated by. It's going to be 2nd 16 for Booger's staff.
And you get a good shot at Coach Boger trying to let his quarterback Shamar Manning know, hey, we got to get the ball off. We got to do our thing here.
Manning running right side, directly to him, intended to run all the way. And Sam Carlson will wrestle him down.
So now it looks like it'll bring up about a 3rd and 10 on the nose. So, you know, those two penalties were big time hurt pieces for the Spartans.
A little bit gain 6, 3rd down and 10.
And I'm imagining they're probably going to use and go 2 downs, both downs, and go for it here.
Yeah, I think you're right. Give to cross left side, running hard, running strong. But coming up, making a great tackle. That is an absolute great tackle by Jacob Wilson, the senior. Open field tackle, led with the shoulder, fundamental tackle, and he tackled a guy that's really physically. Look at this again.
Well, what you saw was Cross. He just was able to square up, but he didn't have a move there, and he couldn't run over him. So it was a solid tackle. And that, you know, now you see it's 4th down, and that's a long 5 right there, maybe even close to 6 yards that the Spartans now have to get.
There's a 5-yard pickup for Cross. 4th and 5, ball on the 13, rolling backside.
That's a nice play.
Dump off, something we haven't seen tonight. But will he get back? Yeah, he picked up the 1st down. He's going to keep moving.
Wow.
What a second effort.
That was a well-designed play to a guy that once he gets north-south, he's very hard to bring down. And Cross just immediately gets upfield. Now, you see this. You see it set up. And they get Cross out by himself. Now, you see some of the Trojans coming up. And you see the missed tackle by number 7. Wilson comes up and could have made that play done right there. And he's not able to come up and make the play.
Well, that's what we were wondering. What will they do to get the ball to Cross? Coming back on the other side with Yanwu, excuse me. 1st and 4. So it'll be actually now 2nd and 2, the 2-yard line. Milton Hershey anxiously looking at the play.
Right.
An opportunity here to tie it up.
And they want to, lean on that offensive line. That offensive line has done very good this drive. This has been the best sustained drive that they have had all game.
All right, Manning, anxious to score with his team. And Yanwu will get in the end zone, touchdown. Man, that's a well-deserved touchdown for him. He used power, squared up, touchdown, Milton Hershey.
I mean, that's just power. Now, remember, both of these kids, Yanwu as well as number 24 Cross, are both juniors. And the quarterback, Shamar Manning is actually a senior. So their running game, these two kids will, this is this will be their show again next year. And you saw the power with this group.
No doubt about it. They're strong, they're physical. Andy Harrington is the kicker. It's up and it's good. The extra point is good.
Now we're tied
We
up.
are absolutely tied here at the Cocoa Bean. Shouldn't expect anything less. There will be more football, after these messages.
For all those pokers, prodders, shuckers, and sniffers. All Giant produce is triple checked. Farm, crate, and store. We're focusing on fresh, so you don't have to guess.
My Giant. Save big on all of your game day favorites. Only at Giant, a proud sponsor of High School Sports Live.
Well, players from all over the state of Pennsylvania will be trying out for Team Pennsylvania boys and girls AAU teams. Advanced Hoops is the leader in AAU basketball in Central PA. Tryouts for spring teams are on October 28th and 29th. For more info, go to advancedhoops.com. 7-7. Let's go down to Archie Smith on the field. Archie, Milton Hershey went back to what we talked about in the first half, running north and south, and this time it worked. It was the power game. Offensive line sustaining their blocks, putting bodies. Archie?
Well, guys, standing down here, as you can see, a lot of guys from the Hershey. This is a great night. Brisk, not that hot, but a lot of guys are cramping up. So you can tell that the wear and tear is starting to wear down on these guys, man. The hydration, the trainers are rubbing them down. Pumping them with water, man. They're still cramping up. So it's going to be a long night tonight, guys. And the game is still 9 minutes and 36 seconds to go, baby.
All right, 7-7, 9:36 to play. Thank you, Archie. 1st and 10, fourth quarter action.
And still have that success that they had. Defenses have opened up a little bit.
Give to Carlson up front.
And now plays that were getting you a yard are now getting you 5 and 6 yards a pop now for Hershey. So, both of these teams are starting to move the ball a little bit.
So 4-yard pickup, 2nd and 6 for Carlson and crew.
And you see Hershey is now going with an on-balance line shaded right. So they have an extra lineman that's coming up right.
Oh, look at this, the keeper picking up a lot of yardage.
And you see they moved one of the offensive linemen to the right side, which gave them, more linemen on that side, and that's where they ran the option. You see the quarterback keeps it, fakes it into number 32, Carlson, and then the quarterback.
16-yard pickup on that last play. 1st and 10, 8:28 to play. The give was to Carlson.
There you saw the big guys up front for the Spartans.
Play here in the Cocoa Bean, all tied up 7-7.
Who wants the bean? Who wants it?
Oh, man, wrestled down hard was Norino. And coming up to make that tackle, just was a great play.
Jaden Parrish.
That was Paris. 3rd and 12. Ball on the 39 for Norino.
You see the Spartans' new uniforms. This is the first time I think I've ever seen.
Looking, firing. Oh, ball bounced up and almost picked off. Blew it up in the air. Dangerous play. He threw that ball pretty hard. He put a lot on it. The intended receiver was Jacob Wilson. They'll be incomplete. 4th and 12.
So the Spartans hold, which will team to punt. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if Hershey went for a fake. See if you can catch these Spartans off guard and see if you can get the first down and keep this drive going.
I kind of like that call. Corrado, the punter, I don't know how fast he is, but it's not a definite bad call. I thought of that.
He doesn't have to be the one to run it.
That's right.
That's what you got to
snap it short to the up back to Carlson. Looking right side, trying to not kick it to Proctor. And it's going to roll out at the 2-yard line. Maybe, 2-yard line will be backing Milton Hershey up.
Good directional punting. Very good directional punting. Martin's back. Now, and what that does is it makes Milton Hershey have to run the entire field. The only thing, though, is Milton Hershey doesn't have to go into on that last drive, that they can just, go and run the power game on these Trojans, and they ran the power game and went the whole way downfield and scored on it.
Well, it'll be Milton Hershey's ball. Careful here. You want a good snap. I'm not so sure I wouldn't come just right under center on this.
Yeah, any mistake is a big one.
You got to be so sure if you're a center to give, to cross. Cross going to try to buy some room, but he's met by Zimmerman first. Zimmerman will drag him down, and so will the rest of the Hershey defense.
So Cross is able to actually get room. He gets, a long 3.
He picks up
on the play, maybe even 4.
A hard 4, let's call it, for a cross on the carry.
So that's the thing. If you can get 4 yards a pop, 4, 8, 3rd and 2.
Right.
And you've been getting 4 yards a pop, hey, another 4 yards, you got the first down. So
that's right.
And they've actually been doing a little better than that.
2nd and 6, ball on the 6-yard line. Anyawu across the middle. There is no one to stop him backside. He's chasing him down. It's Wallace. And he got chased down across the 30-yard line and about the 20-yard line. And man, oh man, running for his life was Jack Shea. Jack Shea chased him down.
Let's give Shea some credit there. Shea
saved a
Shea
touchdown.
Ran him down, but you're talking about a counter play from a split back situation where you saw a counter play there where you saw the lead blocker was number 24 Cross. And you saw Anyewu just get upfield. He just gets upfield, goes north-south, and takes it almost to the house without, if it wasn't for the saving tackle.
Jack Shea saves a definite touchdown.
Oh, wow.
Manning, left side, has the receiver in the end zone. The flags are down. I think it's going to be pass interference for sure.
Yeah, they're going to call pass interference, and that was a very good call. The problem was, if there was a problem here, Manning lofted this ball instead of getting it out there. He shouldn't have lofted. He gave the defense time to recover.
Archie, we got some fireworks here in the second half now. What do you think?
Guys, as expected, like I said and we said in halftime, this is the 75th annual rivalry game. These guys are leaving it all out here on the field. I wish you guys could be down here to hear the energy. I mean, to see these players cramping up, still coming to the sideline, hydrating to get back on the field. I mean, these guys are leaving it all out here on the field. It is exceptional to be down here, guys.
Yeah, I can understand that. Jacob Wilson is the pass interference flag will go against him. The intended receiver was Carrington Smith by Manning. It'll be 1st and 10, ball on the 12-yard line for Milton Hershey. All right, 5:58 to play. Game has just flown by tonight. Probably one of the fastest games that I know that you and I have called together. There's the Milton Hershey offensive line looking to find a way to put it in here, maybe take the lead, and maybe hold on for good. Great camera work by the Invicta crew. Left side, Cross pushing hard. Now this is where he's dangerous. And Jerome, you called it earlier. When they go back to north and south, they're effective, and that was the difference. Anyanwu, when he ran, he broke open the middle. If it wasn't for a quick guy like Jack Shea, he's in the end zone up. They're up 14-7.
Right. These are two backs from Milton Hershey that are not small kids. I mean, these guys have run with some power and authority, and you saw them running behind big number 71. Stanford Mason. I mean, that's 300 pounds over there, and he is doing a good job over there on that right side.
Oh, big hole opened up right side for.
And it opened up right where number 71
You're
is.
Right. You called
I'm
that.
really starting to get a look at this kid, and I'm telling you what, he's only a junior, and he's showing that he can play. That's a good size kid. 6'4", 300 pounds. 311 pounds. I mean, this is a kid that could have an opportunity at the next level. Definitely want to make sure you get stronger regardless. At the high school level, you always want to go to that next level. But I'm going to tell you what, I'm liking what I see when they run his side.
No doubt about it.
He's collapsing the defensive
big
line.
Old house.
And he's getting off the ball very well, too.
Oh, the ball snapped to the left side. Not much there. Coming up, now Carlson made the last tackle, but there on that tackle was David Steele.
And you see it, David Steele coming up the 6'1", 260-pound D-line gets that penetration, and it brings up a 4th down. So what are the Spartans going to do? Are they going to try to kick this and get the points? At this point, you got 4:20, 4:19, or are they going to go for it? And it looks like they're going to try to go for field goal, try to get the points.
That's not a bad idea. 4th and 4, ball on the 6.
Now you don't want to get this blocked.
23-yard attempt. It's down, it's up, and it's blocked. And it's going to be picked up and cross the 20-yard line, and no one on this left side. We got flags down.
Yeah,
Hold up.
This may come back.
That'll come back. I think it's coming back.
This is going to come back. This will come back.
O'Brien Minnick.
Come back.
That ball will.
There's another flag.
Double flag. Okay, another flag comes in late. So Minnick picks up the ball, crosses where it was 40-yard line, 50.
So we got 2 flags on the play.
Let's find out what's going on.
That was fireworks, man, and that was the one thing that the Spartans could not afford to do, was have that play blocked.
Archie, what did you see? I know you're right there by where the flags went down. What would this penalty be?
Guys, this is going to be a crucial play. You're going to have a block in the back that's going to be on the 25-yard line, plus with a 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty that's going to back the Hershey up to about the 5-yard line, guys.
Wow. Thanks, Archie Smith, for being right there. That's what I love about the on-sideline report. That's going to back them up to the 5-yard line. So that is, I mean, again, this benefits, this whole thing, believe it or not, benefits. There's a block. It's picked up right here. Where's that block in the back?
That's not it. That's not it.
Well, they caught it there.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I couldn't see it from the replay angle. And then the unsportsmanlike, I wonder where that came from.
We'll see it one more time here. We'll see it one more time.
Angle. Got that one. That was a clean block. That was clean. I don't know. I don't know where it is. I don't know. I don't know.
I can't say I saw. I don't want to say anything. That it's we're not here, and that's the one thing we want to say, right, Drum? We might miss a call. We're up here in the booth. I don't know.
Yeah, I really don't know. Maybe people at home can see it and they can tell me what they saw. I didn't see any illegal blocks at that point.
Right side for Carlson. Not much there. Ball's on the 6-yard line. He got back to the line of scrimmage.
Now what it does do, though,
now
is
picked up one.
It puts the Spartans in a good situation because, Hershey is pinned back and they have to now be careful. And you can get them to 4th down and punt it, then you go all in. My thought is you go all in and go for it and see if you can block that. So Hershey did the same thing to the Spartans, which was a very good call. I mean, they just came in and blocked that.
It'll be 2nd and 11, ball on the 5-yard line. Backside pressure coming. His arm is hit, but the pass is complete. And a big play, giving a lot of room and moving the chains, 1st down.
Beautiful play, and I kind of thought that rush situation looked like it was going to be a disaster for the quarterback. Number 35, he got blocked right at the last minute, which saved that play for him because he would have had a sack. No, it looks like number 54, Joseph Russell, the offensive line, peeled back right at the last second and got just a piece of number 35, Ross.
He got Jared Ross just in time. It's 1st and 10. Pick up of 13 yards on the pass play. Man,
Ross is blitzing every play.
Every play, and man, is he coming full speed hard. Right. I tell you what, he's coming real hard.
I'll tell you, if that chip block did not happen, that could have been a disaster for Hershey because Ross came, he was unblocked until that last minute, that peel back block. He saw it, and just at the last minute, he got a little piece of it.
And I tell you what, Norino did not feel him coming at all.
No, he didn't feel him coming at all. He delivered that ball, not knowing what was happening behind him. That could have been a disaster and a bad, a hurt play for the quarterback, but he completes it.
2nd 11, ball on the 17. Give to Carlson, running really hard, but look at that defensive effort.
Look who he runs right into.
Milton Hershey. He runs into. I would not want Zion Paris to fall on me. Zion Paris making the tackle. It's 1:51 to play. Ball on the 19-yard line, pickup of 2.
It's just unbelievable.
Looks like there's going to be a Hershey timeout. Will be. All right, it's time. You know what, Drone? What time is it?
It's time for the hit parade. The hit parade, the hit parade. And I love the hit parade because it's about some clean hits. We see, oh my gosh, you even got offensive players giving you the hits. Smith getting upfield, and then you saw Jelani. He comes up and then makes a hit. And you see number 9 for Hershey. Minich comes up and makes a hit. You see the quarterback. You see running backs. They're delivering blows. And oh, man, number 53, Dylan Beard, comes up. And then you see the cheerleaders. We have cheerleaders even in the hit parade. As long as she's okay, we're okay. Big defensive effort by number 55 on the play, Joseph Gibbs. And you see more hitting going on from both teams. And then guys get the ball, and then they get smacked, by number 2. Karma makes a hit as well. And you see it on both sides. Guys are getting just leveled all over the place on kickoffs. Even quarterbacks get a little bit of some. By number 32, Samuel Carson coming up and laying the wood. The hit parade.
I know you get real excited for that hit parade. That's why I just love to hear you talk about it.
I love the hit parade.
On the keeper. Nothing to be found there on 3rd and 9. It can bring up the 4th down.
I tell you what, now this brings up a 4th down for the Trojans.
Right, 4th and 11.
And, they're going to punt this. Now, what does Milton Hershey do? Do you play coverage? Either way, you should get good field position. Do you play coverage and play the return? Or do you go after this and try to block this?
I'm sending people.
So you'll see. I mean, sometimes you can do a combination of both, but again, this is an opportunity. Hershey took theirs.
Stay tuned next week. Middletown versus East Penn. We'll be right back at it at 7 o'clock Friday, September 22nd. Archie Smith Jr., Jerome Presley, and I will have that game. We're real excited about that one. Middletown, East Penn next week. Don't miss it live here on High School Sports Live and ABC 27. 1:44 to play, 4th and 11. Ball on the 17-yard line. I think you're sending everybody. Archie, you sending the house after this one? Or are you playing coverage?
Well, guys, stay in this game right here, a minute and 44 seconds. I want to get a good return right here. I want to flip. The game right now is all about field position. So I do want to put on a return right here.
Archie's calling return. Corrado's kick on right side. Nice kick. Real nice kick. And send it. But it's going to be picked up crossing the 40-yard line. There's a flag crossing the 50. Still on his feet over the 40, but I think it'll be coming back. I think we have a block in the back of Milton Hershey.
Yep,
so I think
that's exactly what you're going to get. And this will actually turn into a very good situation for Hershey because the punt was a decent punt. He got a good punt off, and then you're going to tack on the penalty. This will actually back Milton Hershey up. And you've got a minute and 32. They're going to have to drive the whole length of the field with a passing game that has not been able to really get going. So that was a good effort by the Trojans on that play, and the penalty helped it along.
Well, you saw where Sean Proctor picked it up, and he has an opportunity to be a great returner. Put that block in the back, brings it back. Ball. It'll be 10 yards backing it up. The ball will be. It'll be a spotted 28, 1st and 10 for Milton Hershey. Everybody really.
Now the Spartans only have one timeout, so what are they going to do here?
It's kind of a hush on the crowd now. All of a sudden, cross give up the middle, cross running hard across the 40.
Wow!
Nobody to be found.
Oh
He's
my
going to take
goodness.
the lead. He's taking the lead. Milton Hershey touchdown. Naeem Cross. Wow! The big man's been payday all day long, hasn't he?
He's been payday all day. He's get a chance to see the Milton Hershey crowd go bananas over there. He gets upfield again, north-south running, and in this case, you saw him turn on the jets, and you saw his speed. We saw his power all game long. He's power, and then you saw that delay, that little trap inside. He gets upfield and he's untouched, and you see the speed by the big guy.
72 yards.
72 yards on the play. It's amazing how this offense opened up in the second half.
And Milton Hershey takes the lead. Look at it, trying to win their fourth in a row. That's up and that's good. 14-7. We'll be back to the Cocoa Bean. Look at this. 72 yards, Naeem Cross. Look at the big blocks.
The Advanced Hoops training staff features Division I level instructors and coaches who have played professionally. Charlie Fortney's shooting instruction has proven transformational for players in South Central PA. Gerald Jarman takes players to the next level in his dribbling and crossover intensity classes. Archie Smith teaches intense speed and agility and is very motivational. 6'9" Duke McCamey is excellent at teaching young post player technical skills around the basket.
Over 30 years of Division I and professional experience. It doesn't get any better than that.
Fans at home, take a look at number 71, Stanford Mason, the tackle on the right side. Look at what he does. He comes down. Look at where that run comes, right where his block was. That's your big 6'4", 311-pound offensive right tackle totally collapsing aside of an offensive line, and you saw the run came right behind him. So you saw that was just, it opened up, and he used that speed and get upfield. And again, I think it just shocked everyone. I think Hershey, it just happened, and sometimes those running plays have a way of doing that to you
what a time
when you didn't expect it. So that was definitely a good play there.
Jack Shea picks it up, crosses the 30-yard line on the return. Milton Hershey will have 116. And coming right after the game, we'll have our Giant post-game show, our Pizza Hut play of the game, and our Hoffman Ford player of the game. Right now, Naeem Cross, but a play of the game, I don't know if you can have, it's kind of a combination of Naeem Cross 72 yards, but you cannot have that out without a complete collapse of Zion Paris. It wasn't just him putting the body on one guy. It's what he moved that whole left side of the Hershey line,
that was
right side of their line.
Stanford Mason. And I'll tell you what, this isn't over yet. Hershey has 1 minute 16 seconds to try to do something, so let's not just count them out yet.
Backside Gibbs chasing him down. The ball connects Jack Shea.
Like I said, Hershey is not over. They have a lot of time here. They have timeouts.
First down.
They have all their timeouts too, so they have time to move this ball. And they have shown in the second half that they can open it up and move the ball.
A 13-yard pickup on that pass play. First down and 10 for Hershey. Ball spotted on the 44-yard line. Rolling left, looking downfield, firing Narino. Narino looking. Wow. Beautiful catch by Jacob Wilson. And as Jerome has called here in the Cocoa Bean, it's not over.
And I want to go to Archie on this.
Is it incomplete? No, I don't. No, it's complete.
Yeah, it's complete.
Archie signaling is complete. That's a complete pass.
And Tyke Branch Hamilton, the 5'11 senior, he didn't turn around. He needed to get his head around, and he didn't get his head around to make a play. And you saw a very, very beautiful catch. Beautiful play by number 7, Jacob Wilson, going up high to get that ball and securing it as he was well defensed. So you saw Tyreek Hamilton defensed it extremely well. However, he didn't turn around. That was the mistake he made. He didn't get his head around to make the play. I know I was always taught as a cornerback, when you're running down the field and you have a receiver, and I know, Archie, you know this too, you're looking at that point, you look at the eyes of the quarterback or the receiver. That'll usually give it away when that ball is getting there. Then you whip that head around and try to make a play.
Well, guys, Hershey has been setting up this route the whole game. They've been switching on each side. It's kind of like a stutter block. You see on the rollout, they've been hitting the out route. Well, he comes up with an anticipation like it's a stop on a run, and then he's full speed down the sideline. Perfect pass from the quarterback. Great catch from the receiver.
Well, 37-yard pass play. Hook up Narino to Wilson. First and 10, ball on the 18-yard line. Narino back to pass, looking downfield with composure. Touchdown!
Wow.
What a ball. That's the best ball I've seen him throw all night. Touchdown, Jack Shea. 18-yard hookup, Narino to Shea.
And here's the interesting thing, and I told you it wasn't over. Norino was pinpoint on both of those big throws. Pinpoint against very good defense. Now we have fireworks. How quickly did that happen that the Trojans went and marched right downfield so quickly?
Just a good ball. It's just thrown right where. Look at
well
that.
Defense.
Beautiful.
It was well defense.
The coverage by Kamara was right there on. Now Corrado with the point after to tie it up. Now this is not an easy point after. Look at that ball. Great film work by the Invicta crew. Trad Edwards, all the crew. Kaylee Edwards, everybody involved tonight. Flags down, hold on. See, this is one of those point afters in a tough game like this in high school sports, 41 seconds. What's his penalty?
I'm not sure, but Milton Hershey.
Is it offsides on Milton Hershey? Will they go? Now hold on for this. I got to ask you, Archie, if this is offside on Milton Hershey, do you go ahead and kick the extra point, or do you go 2 and win it?
It is offside on Milton Hershey. I'm watching the coach right now. This is a big decision for him right now.
I don't know.
But you know what? We're going to play it safe. We got a timeout.
Timeout.
Let's think about it, guys. This is the 75th annual.
I want to talk.
Cocoa Bean. I mean,
do you go for the win?
Archie, you know overtime and how sticky overtime situations can get. Now, you got this offside. You gutsy to win this thing. They haven't won it in 3 straight.
Guys, I'm sitting down here and I'm feeding off the energy right now. This is the 75th annual Cocoa Bean right now. We're on our home field. We got momentum. We're going for it right now, Coach. So I'm going to turn around and see, are we going for it?
I think they're going for it.
I think they're going for it as well. So let's see here.
If you get it, you win. If you lose, you put everything on the line and you go for it.
And I'm calling you guys coaches right now because right now I'm just the game. You can feel the energy down here. I mean, look at the players, look at the coach. He looked at his guys and he asked them. He said, guys, we're going for this right now. So that's a coach that believes in his players and then the players that believe in their coach. Here we go, guys, the 75th annual Cocoa Bean Classic.
And that tells you that penalty was a difficult penalty for the Spartans to take.
All right, here we go.
Now, can they knuckle up and defensively stop this Trojan offense? What do the Trojans come up with from their bag of tricks here to try to make this?
Well, they're going. I wanted to look at the alignment. Norino under center. They'll have Jack Shea alongside Carlson down. Shea, wait a minute, hold on here.
Milton Hershey's going to call a timeout.
Milton Hershey wants to take a look at it. Their last timeout. Oh my goodness. I tell you what, we had a game that turned to be a bit slow, but
I'll tell you, one of these sidelines is going to go berserk. One of these sidelines are going to be there.
Well, we had an opportunity right before the game. It's just a great opportunity to highlight our Central Pennsylvania Food Bank. The Hershey Trojan cheerleaders got involved, and that's the great thing across Central Pennsylvania, that our cheerleaders and crew in all of our schools in Central Pennsylvania are getting involved with our Central PA Food Bank. We want to thank the Hershey Trojans.
Let's go, Trojans! G-O, let's go!
41 seconds to play. 14-13. And you can hear that Hershey crowd. The student section's up, the band is up, Milton Hershey side is up. And you know what? Furthermore, we're standing up in the booth.
Oh, yeah,
too.
you can't sit down on this one.
Cocoa Bean,
this
75th.
Cocoa Bean, this is it right here.
Marino under center. Marino going to keep it himself. Is he going to get in?
He got in.
Signal, 2-pointers good. Hershey takes the lead.
Wow. Wow, this is huge. This is a huge situation for the Trojans. They went for it. That penalty opened the door for them to say, you know what, we're going to go for it. And they went ahead and went for it. And now you have them sitting here with an opportunity to get the 2-point conversion and take the lead, and they did that. So now there's 41 seconds. The Spartans have no timeouts remaining. So you don't want to kick the ball to the Spartans.
An offsides penalty on Milton Hershey. Timeout by Hershey sets up a Norino keeper for 2. He gets in 15-14. Now they have not won the last 3. They won 7 straight. Until now, Milton Hershey, there's been a change of tide, but tonight we really did throw out all records. Cocoa Bean 75th, Hershey 15, Milton
now
Hershey
remember,
14.
The Spartans only need a field goal to win it. So if they can get in the field goal range, you would think this is going to be a swim kick, which will may give them a return. Now we got to do you test the range of your kicker and see does he have the foot to win this game if you get in the range? So look for Milton Hershey to try to get some chunks of yards and see if they can get, if not a touchdown, get in the field goal range.
Well, Andy Harrington is the kicker. I thought he had a pretty good foot. Now he had one block. They were going for the win earlier, and he got one blocked. Man, the game started off just kind of vanilla, very defensive effort. Now we've had nothing but sparks in the second half, and it's ignited a passion on both sidelines. Ball picked up, crossing the 40, crossing the 50-yard line. That was picked up by Tyke Branch Hamilton. So Branch Hamilton picks it up.
Spartans have 33 seconds.
And 50 yards to go.
They have no timeouts. I think that's the big thing. Coach Boger burned the timeout right before that extra point, which was his last one. So you don't have the ability to stop the clock at all unless you get sidelined. You got to go out on the sideline.
I'd say realistically, looking at Andy Harrington, the kicker for Milton Hershey, I'd say he's good from about 20, 25 plus. I could be wrong because that defensive surge out of Hershey, that offensive line, I don't know if they can block. I don't know if they can block properly right now, hold off that defensive effort out of Hershey. So 50 yards to go, 33 seconds to play, fourth quarter action here at Hershey Park Stadium. Cocoa Bean. Manning looking left. Nasheem Cross being pulled down. They're going to have to get up the line. Carlson makes a tackle.
And they're taking too much time getting up to the line.
They lost a lot of time there, 22 seconds. Will he spike it? Spike it, it'll be 15 seconds. They picked up 3 on that play. Third down. You got to call 2-3 plays here, right? You got to send them.
Oh, you would think. I mean, and at this point, no play. I mean, any play that's within on the field of play, you're going to lose it. So this has to be either to the sideline or it has to be into the end zone at some point. So you see Hershey's going to burn one of their timeouts.
3rd and 7, ball on the 47. Hershey's going to take a timeout. We'll be right back after these messages. A lot of action here at Hershey Park Stadium. More to come after these messages.
Like tough, the future of tough is here. And the Ford F-Series at Hoffman Ford are America's safest and toughest trucks. And these tough trucks require an easy-to-handle price, as in up to $12,000 off MSRP of a 2017 F-150 XLT Crew Cab. And if that's not easy enough, how about a 2017 F-250 Lariat Crew Cab for as low as $48,999? Only at Harrisburg's premier Ford dealer. And remember, Hoffman has it online at HoffmanFord.com.
Well, welcome back. 15-14, 3rd down and 7. Let's just set this up. 47 yards to go. 15 seconds, probably calling 2, maybe 3 plays over here.
Well, you're not going to get 3. I don't think you'll get 3. You'll get 2, and then the thing is, the only way you'll get 3 is something quick that goes right to the sideline, and you possibly could get. But other than that, I don't know if you can get. I don't know if you'll get 3 out of this.
Come down to this, 15-14, 15 seconds to go. Manning, shotgun formation with Cross to his right. Low snap, picked up, looking downfield, down the seam. He's got Milton Smith wide open, he dropped it. Wide open on the seam, and he dropped it. R.G. Smith Jr., he had Carrington Smith wide open, he threw a good ball, hit him in the chest.
Oh, my goodness.
Hit him in the chest.
He hit him right in the chest. I mean, my goodness. Oh, wow.
If you can see everybody's faces down here, man, you can look in the Hershey stands, man. Everybody's heart just dropped.
That was a touchdown. That would have won the game for the Spartans right there.
The pass that you've been looking for, that was the pass.
That finally happened.
All right, here's another chance. 4th and 7 is going to be the last chance for Milton Hershey, maybe.
Now Hershey adjusted, so it's not going to be as easy as it once was.
Carrington Smith throwing a good ball up top. And it's going to be knocked down, 1 second to play. Hershey will take over. It's over. That's it.
That's it.
Hershey has come by to surprise Milton Hershey in the 75th Cocoa Bean. The Trojans take this one tonight. Wow.
I'll tell you, that play, Carrington Smith, he's going to be thinking about that play forever. I mean, that was hard. And for the first time in 4 years, Hershey will take the cocoa bean back from the Spartans in a hard-fought game. I mean, this game was amazing. Absolutely amazing game.
One of those fun games to watch, there's no doubt about it. Well, stay tuned. We'll have our Giant post-game report and our Pizza Hut play of the game and our Hoffman Ford player of the game coming right up after these messages.
The Brenner family of dealerships gives you better pricing, better customer service, better selection, and a better service department for the life of your vehicle. We'll show you how at Brenner Chrysler Jeep, Brenner Nissan, and Brenner Pre-Owned. The Brenner family of dealerships on the Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, and on Paxton Street, Harrisburg. 24/7 at BrennerFamily.com. Serving Central PA for over 95 years.
What were you thinking, Chuck?
You're not 18 anymore.
Is my leg supposed to bend like that?
6 months on the heating pad. I hope it was worth it.
I wonder if cartilage grows back.
Yep, that's gonna break right in half.
This looks so easy on TV.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case, Construction, and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rental, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor paves the way for your projects from start to finish. With 11 locations, Groff Tractor is always close by your equipment needs. Groff also offers 24/7 field service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction. The Advanced Hoops training staff features Division I level instructors and coaches who have played professionally. Charlie Fortney's shooting instruction has proven transformational for players in South Central PA. Gerald Jarman takes players to the next level in his dribbling and crossover intensity classes. Archie Smith teaches intense speed and agility and is very motivational. 6'9" Duke McCamey is excellent at teaching young post player technical skills around the basket.
Over 30 years of Division I and professional experience. It doesn't get any better than that.
Today's broadcast is sponsored in part by Groff Tractor, Pizza Hut, Advanced Hoops, Highmark, Brenner Family of Dealerships, and the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency.
It's now time to take it 15-14. Hershey comes away with the victory over Milton Hershey. And the let's just say, highlights and come mostly in the second half, but it's now time to look at our Pizza Hut plays. It's a whole play, a drive that started with really just 50 seconds to play, less than 50 seconds to play. Hershey got it back, and right here, capped on a 2-point conversion after Milton Hershey jumps off sides. Ryan Norino, who's also our Hoffman Ford player of the game, will do this right here. Connects to Jack Shea on a beautiful ball to take the lead. That time it's 14-13. Milton Hershey jumps offside. Norino, after a timeout, they go for the 2-point conversion in the win. Hershey will win it 15-14. That was our Pizza Hut plays of the game and our Hoffman Ford player of the game. Number 5, Ryan Norino. Stay tuned. Thank you here for our Giant post-game report. And our Hoffman Ford player of the game, as we said, is right there carrying the Cocoa Bean Bowl, quarterback Ryan Norino. Now, they replaced him at the start of the third quarter. Jay Rodriguez came in. But Norino was the guy they needed in the second half. He comes big. Now, not to be understand, Hershey gets the ball. Milton Hershey got the ball back with 40 seconds to play. With less than 9 seconds to play, Manning drops back and throws the ball.
Perfect.
Carrington Smith lays it on the money for the actual win, and it's dropped. And Hershey holds, sustains on that hold, and wins the game, and changes the course of this Cocoa Bean history here tonight, really.
It did, and that's the thing. I mean, Carrington Smith will definitely feel, will feel a dropped opportunity, but the problem was that drive. Before that. I mean, you can't put all this on him. That drive before the half, after your running game just ran down the Trojans' throat all the way to the end zone, you take the lead. There's a minute left, minute and 8 seconds, I think it was, or minute and 18 seconds left. And the Trojans haven't really been able to have any consistency to their passing game at all. And you see these guys make some amazing plays here.
37-yard
and it just
hookup.
changed everything. You
Right.
see the 37-yard hookup right there. And right now you see Norino, he's in a rhythm that he hasn't had probably for 2 weeks. And then all of a sudden he's in a rhythm. Guys are well covered downfield, and he hits, and then he takes it in the end zone and to take it in for the touchdown and the win.
Man, it was a great game.
As
and
it
that's
should
why
be.
you throw out all records. 15-14. Hershey takes the Cocoa Bean Trophy back to Hershey. A great game. Really excited. Now next week we have Middletown, East Penn coming about. But when the ball got when it wasn't over yet. Milton Hershey got the ball back. 9 seconds to go. Look at this. That would have been for the win. And Channing Smith, unfortunately, couldn't haul it in from Manning. And Milton Hershey will lose this one to drop to 1 and 2. Next week, Friday, September 22nd, 7 o'clock sharp, Middletown versus East Penn. We're real excited about that matchup. And that's presented by our Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. Fans, on behalf of Invicta Sports and everybody involved tonight, one more look at our Advanced Hoops highlights. And it started early where Manning, who threw a good ball right there, that was the interception.
That's what started everything.
That started
really,
everything right
for Hershey.
there.
That jump started Hershey's offense was the momentum they got from that interception.
Well, coming up, stay tuned, fans, for our special look into the 3-star program. And on behalf of the Invicta Sports staff, Jerome, Archie, myself, Todd McCall, have a great night. We'll see you next week. Middletown at East Penn. Good night.
Good night.
Man to man, here on out. Got me. Man to man, here on out.
It's real serious out there. I know a lot of guys, a lot of your boys are out there dying. It ain't no joke. The grave ain't no joke.
I hear the wind blow, thought it's your voice I heard. I feel the raindrops are falling, I see the tears you shed. My mind is constantly...
My name is Joel Delgado. I've been here for about 2 years already. This program has really helped me through a lot, home, out of the streets, basketball. Taught me how to be a better player, a better person, helped me be a better man at home. I help my parents around the house now, less disrespect at home, working, helping my mother pay bills. This program just built me to be a better person and a better man.
The director, he came to me asking that I want to come and join this program, and I seen him at the Boys and Girls Club because I work there, and he told me about the program and what it's worth. It's a great combination. Like, I like learning about new stuff, and basketball is the thing I do on the side, but it helps me on just communicating with each other, because really I love doing both things, learning, playing, but I just want to become a great player and just have a great future. And it's a long way to go now. I just got to stick with there might be bad sides, bad places, and good places. I'm trying to take the good path.
Met Gerald Jarman a few years ago, and he got to talking to me about 3-star program, asked me if I wanted to get involved, and was very excited about the opportunity to work with young men here in Harrisburg and hopefully make a difference, make a positive difference in their lives.
I met Coach Jarman, and he asked me to be a part of the 3-star program, so we looked at that, and of course you always try to clear your schedule for good things, and got involved, and it's just a great opportunity for anyone to impact lives. It's interesting, when I first heard about the program from the